WOUB.
Today on Newswatch, Ohio lawmakers pass a budget correction bill, but not without opposition. Plus, the state Senate will consider a bill banning intoxicating hemp after a tight vote in the House. And in sports, regional finals are here, and there are two big high school football games in the 7-4-0. Newswatch starts right now. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm Charlie Ehlenfeld, and welcome to Newswatch. Ohio lawmakers raised concerns about a new catch-all budget correction bill they say was rushed. House Bill 1 is a spending bill, making sure name, image, and likeness contracts for college athletes end when their college eligibility does. However, the bill contains 6 provisions unrelated to NIL, including the creation of a $40 million fund for first responders with PTSD. The bill passed despite concerns from lawmakers who say the bill had too much crammed into it for the short amount of time they had to look over it. The Ohio State Senate declines to advance Senate Bill 56 after the House passed it today. The bill was met with a slew of revisions from a 6-member committee that met just hours before the vote at 1 a.m. this morning. The bill will ban hemp products with THC levels above 0.4 milligrams in a container. Lawmakers aim to get the bill to Governor DeWine's desk before the Thanksgiving recess, but missed the deadline. State Senator Steve Huffman, who originally introduced the legislation, said there was, quote, no irreconcilable differences between the House and Senate versions. State lawmakers hit First Energy with millions of dollars in penalties in a bribery scandal in House Bill 6. 3 First Energy companies will pay nearly $180 million in restitution to customers starting next month. Energy regulators say First Energy misused more than $250 million, violated state law, and breached the public's trust with PUCO says that the penalties are meant to prevent similar misconduct in the future. Back in 2021, First Energy admitted to bribery and paid a federal fine. It's peak hunting season and breeding season for the deer, and that means possibilities for more road accidents. Deer are most active between sunset and sunrise, according to Lieutenant Todd Henry with the Highway Patrol. He says scan the road before your actual headlights, and remember, deer travel in groups. If you see one, there's probably others nearby. If it's too late to avoid an accident, brake, don't swerve, and try to stay in your lane. Then pull over and call 911 or text 677 to report the accident, and do not approach the injured deer.
Hi everybody. Temperatures in the Athens area today got up to about the high 40s today. We're starting to cool down from those high 40s right now, and we're starting to get down into the mid 40s. And as we look overnight, we do see temperatures continue to cool down into the 40s, with some potential for some rain showers overnight, as we see these showers that are south of us starting to head into the Athens area, starting to brush parts of the South Ohio area, Northwest Virginia area, but those should likely go away quite quickly, light rain showers, and those aren't the main showers that we're going to have to worry about, because tomorrow we see widespread rain showers start to come into the Athens area around midday or so. We see this low pressure, this band of rain, start to move our way, and we see those showers come in about midday, continuing through the evening, and then continuing into Saturday morning, where we see them start to dissipate. And as we look for temperatures also tomorrow, we see our temperatures a little bit warmer than we've been seeing for November and what we've been seeing this week, as we see things in the upper 50s. And these temperatures stick around for a little bit. Stick around for my full weather to see how long those stay about.
Thanks, Tyler. Milk is big business in Ohio, and now some lawmakers want to ease regulations surrounding raw milk. The sale of unpasteurized or raw milk is banned in Ohio since 1997. Pasteurization involves boiling the milk to kill all bacteria. This new proposed bill would legalize the sale of raw milk after it's tested for harmful bacteria. This push comes as many believe raw milk has health benefits. However, dairy and health experts deny any such benefits. Cloudflare is and will continue to be an essential part of internet infrastructure. So when the website infrastructure went down this week and experienced a disruption that temporarily impacted a whole array of online services, downing websites such as Spotify, X, formerly Twitter, and ChatGPT, among others. And this is not the first outage and will not be the last. Lee Wallman is in New York with what's going on.
Some of the internet's most trusted brands and most used services went down.
Tuesday's 3-hour Cloudflare disruption was likely a shock to many. From DoorDash to Uber, even President Donald Trump's Truth Social platform, they all experienced an internet outage.
Cloudflare did drop the ball on this, but mistakes do happen, right, in life, in business.
In a statement, Cloudflare says the outage was a result of a technical issue, not a cyber attack or malicious behavior. It's the latest in a string of recent outages. Amazon Web Services was hit last month, and a few days later, Microsoft's Azure service went down. Jason Heiner with ZDNet says outages like these are to be expected.
More people are using the internet. More people are using it more often than ever. More people are relying on it for more things. And so we all are also more aware every time there's any kind of blip, right? And I expect that will only increase.
While it might seem like these outages are happening more often, that's not necessarily the case. Cisco Thousand Eyes, a network monitoring service, has logged 13 major outages so far in 2025. That compares to 23 in 2024, 13 in 2023, and 10 the year prior. Although these outages are inconvenient, you can expect them to keep happening.
It's one of the challenges when you work in technology. Nobody applauds you for the fact that the site never went down or continues working or it works great, right? They only notice if there's any blip that it doesn't work.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
The Trump administration is moving offices away from the Department of Education as it moves towards shuttering the department. Billions in funding will be transferred to 6 other agencies, including the Department of Labor, which will oversee the revenue stream for K-12 education. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the government shutdown proved the department was non-essential.
America does not need a federal Department of Education. During the longest shutdown in history, the Department of Education furloughed 90% of its staff, and America's education system was not impacted whatsoever.
We have linked 6 groundbreaking partnerships with other federal agencies to delegate education department programs that are redundant with existing programs at Labor, State, Interior, and HHS. These interagency agreements to cut our own bureaucratic bloat are a key step in our efforts to shift educational authority from Washington, D.C. to your state education agency.
Harvard is launching an investigation into former university president Larry Summers' relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. The probe will examine Epstein's ties to other people associated with the university. The list includes Summers' wife and nearly a dozen other current and former Harvard affiliates impacted in the trove of Epstein emails released last week. Those messages show years of personal correspondence between Summers and Epstein, dating from at least 2013 to 2019. Summers announced his withdrawal from public engagements and says he's deeply ashamed of his actions. The National Transportation Safety Board shares images of the engine separating from the plane during the deadly UPS crash in Louisville, Kentucky. You are now looking at the images that show the left engine separating from the plane and going up and over the wing. The plane crashed into the ground after takeoff from Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. An NTSB preliminary report released today says critical hardware that kept the left engine attached to the plane failed. The NTSB expects to issue a final report detailing the probable cause of the crash in 18 to 24 months. The U.S. economy saw stronger than expected job growth in September, but the unemployment rate also rose to almost a 4-year high. The report sends mixed signals about the U.S. labor markets. The report from September is late due to the government shutdown. Michael Yoshida has the latest on the report.
The latest snapshot of the U.S. labor market painting a muddy picture. 119,000 jobs were added to the economy in September, an unexpected rebound. But unemployment also climbed to 4.4%, the highest level since October 2021, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
We do not see a robust job market. There are signs of stress here.
September's jobs report, which comes after a 7-week delay due to the government shutdown, also revealed downward revisions to previous jobs report numbers, showing a loss of jobs in August and a lower total for July.
Take out the pandemic year of 2020, you go all the way back to 2010 where you had multiple months of payrolls contraction occurring during a given year. And so that's concerning.
The White House touting Thursday's report as, quote, great progress for the U.S. economy, even as a new Fox News poll paints a picture of a nation deeply frustrated by conditions, with 76% viewing the economy negatively and more putting the blame on President Trump than former President Biden.
A mistake that the administration made, that the campaign made, was promising overnight success.
As affordability remains a key issue, households appear to be changing their spending habits to essentials and value items. Last quarter, Walmart's U.S. sales grew 4.5%, while its slightly more expensive big box rival Target reported a loss.
I think for businesses, consumers, households, there are many reasons for them to be cautious right now.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Coming up, a new study reveals findings about drinking water. And the change to the CDC website sparks controversy. White House officials at the CDC are saying.
Rain showers affecting parts of our area right now, but this isn't lasting long. Tomorrow, that's where we see widespread rain. Stick around to see what that looks like.
PBS viewers believe that businesses that sponsor PBS on WOUB Public Television have a commitment to quality and excellence. Sponsoring a PBS television program offers your business a unique opportunity to connect with a highly engaged, loyal, and trustful audience in a clutter-free environment, leading to increased brand awareness, positive perception, and potential for higher customer engagement. Your sponsorship is important to the community, and the rewards come back to you in the form of loyal customers. Align your organization with America's most trusted news and public affairs network. WOUB Public Television is worthy of your trust. Contact Corporate Support Director Kathy Malesic at 740-593-4909 or online at woub.org/support.
CasualWorks was not designed, created, or maintained by people who studied disability. They're people who studied opportunity. If a person has very limited movement and can make little teeny circles, there's a place for you. The idea of workers contorting themselves to a job is one business model. Our business model is that the job responds to the worker.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's so nice to have you here. It's worth it.
Wheels up in 5.
Very simple, but very elegant food.
I'm trying to save your father's life.
Excited?
I can't wait.
So a lot of exciting high school football tomorrow night. What kind of weather are we going to be looking at?
We're looking for rain showers for those regional final games tomorrow, with additionally some warmer temperatures, however. But those rain showers should be lasting pretty much the entire game tomorrow.
Yeah, a bit of a hit and miss, but I'm sure they'll take some warmer temps.
Yeah. So for our temperatures today, we saw our temperatures curve out at about the high 40s today, and we saw cloudy skies today with our lows overnight now going down into the low 40s. But as we look right now, those clouds coming in from the south right now, we have rain showers that have been sitting south of us. Some of us have been affected by this right now as we see some rain showers affecting parts of our southern Ohio area and northwest Virginia and parts of north of Athens, seeing a little bit of rain showers. But as we head into overnight, we see those temperatures drop down into the low 40s with those chances of rain. But those rain showers not going to last long. Those rain showers going to be light, passing through quite quickly. It's not until tomorrow where we see the bulk of our rain showers in our area start to come through. We see the band of rain showers start over to our west, and those start to push through and head into the Athens area by about midday tomorrow around 2-3 o'clock, and those showers are then going to stick around for a while. We will see those showers continue through the evening and likely dissipating as we head into Saturday morning. We don't see things being too severe, no thunderstorms really with this, but widespread rain, consistent rain pretty much all through the day tomorrow. But this rain showers likely caused by this low pressure system that's been moving over our area, and that's just feeding those rain showers, bringing them over to our area. But As we look at those rain showers, additionally, we will be seeing a little bit of warmer temperatures tomorrow, though, as we see our highs getting up into the upper 50s, rather our normals being in the low 50s with those rain showers. But as we head into overnight, we see things down into the lower 40s. But these warmer temperatures, those are going to stick around for a little bit right now. As we see Saturday, those things dip down a little bit with those rain showers lingering into the morning. But as we head back into Sunday, we see really good warm temperatures up in the upper 50s with sunny skies. I will not be surprised if Sunday is a very beautiful day to go outside and enjoy some warmer winter weather for mid-November. But as we head into the beginning of next week, we continue to see these warm temperatures stick around. As we look at Monday, upper 50s again with some mostly cloudy skies. And as we look to Tuesday, we still see things quite warm as we see things trying to brush up to 60 degrees, rather high 50s. But we do see some rain showers on Tuesday evening, and those showers widespread continuing into Wednesday morning. And then additionally, we do see some showers Wednesday evening, and those continue into Thursday morning possibly for our Thanksgiving. But for Thanksgiving, we do see a big drop-off in our temperatures as we see things get a lot colder, and we see things down into the mid-40s rather than the upper 50s. So be prepared for some colder weather for our Thanksgiving this year.
Thanks, Tyler. Typical fluoride levels in community drinking water does not impair cognitive abilities, and it may even boost them. That's according to a new study published today in the journal Science Advances. Using decades of test scores from nearly 27,000 Americans, scientists found students with full childhood exposure to recommended fluoride levels scored higher than those with no exposure. The data showed no signs of cognitive decline later in life. The study challenges claims sparked by a recent government study that linked fluoride to lower IQ. The CDC changed a page of their website to include a false claim about autism and vaccines. The new web page heading now says the claim that vaccines do not cause autism is not evidence-based. This is a change from the previous heading saying no links have been found between any vaccine ingredients and autism spectrum disorder. Multiple CDC officials say the website change was done by political appointees from the Department of Health and Human Services without any input from CDC staffers. While it may be essential for a good smile, oral hygiene is also a significant part of your overall health. Mandy Gaither has more on oral health and how it can affect the rest of your body.
It involves your teeth, gums, and mouth, and having good oral health is more important than you may realize.
The mouth is the gateway to both the respiratory system and to the digestive system, and it can have implications far beyond just your teeth.
Dr. Elise Sarvis with Mayo Clinic says inflammation caused by poor oral health not only leads to things like gum disease and cavities, which can affect a person's quality of life, but that inflammation can also spread and lead to an infection in the heart, cardiovascular disease, pregnancy and birth complications, even pneumonia.
We all have bacteria in our mouths, and some are really helpful, but some bacteria, if they're allowed to overgrow or cause some disease, those bacteria can enter our bloodstreams and cause inflammation, not only in our mouths, but that inflammation can spread to the rest of the body.
Sarvis says the best way to keep your mouth healthy is to brush your teeth twice a day with a toothpaste that contains fluoride to take bacteria off teeth and strengthen them, and floss at least once a day.
And if you don't really floss your teeth, you're missing almost 40% of the surfaces of the teeth in your mouth. So it's almost like that brushing doesn't quite count all the way.
And finally, Sarvis says to make sure to see a dentist at least twice a year.
That way they can do a good cleaning, but they can also have the ability to check on problems before they get out of control.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
If you're looking to sell your home, the market is in your favor as sales of existing homes climbed 1.2% in October from the prior month. That's the highest level since February, and a sign lower mortgage rates have been luring buyers. Mortgage rates declined in recent months in anticipation of the Federal Reserve lowering interest rates in September and October, but they've been going up over concerns about what the Fed may do in December. The average, a 30-year fixed mortgage rate, rose to 6.2% this week. More than 250,000 Kia sedans are being recalled over a fire risk. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says over 250,000 Kia K5 models may have a deficit that causes fuel tanks to melt and leak, increasing the risk of a fire. The recall applies to 2021 to 2024 models. Drivers may notice warnings like a popping noise near the tank, a check engine light, or rough performance. Kia dealerships will inspect the cars and replace the parts for free.
We've reached the regional finals, but there is still plenty of action ahead of us.
Yeah, Evan, we've got those 2 games plus a look at our Coach and Player of the Year candidates coming up next on the 2-Minute Drill.
Next time on the American Revolution, winter at Valley Forge.
Unless some great change takes place, this army must dissolve.
Alliances are formed.
The new United States represents an existential threat.
And the French enter the war.
Britain knows that Spain and the Netherlands may be next.
When the American Revolution continues.
Tonight at 8 on WOUB.
This is the most powerful weapons system known at this time.
This is the first combat submarine. Cutting-edge technology.
The science that helps shape history.
I've never experienced or seen anything like this.
Doing experiments and shooting these weapons helps give us a better understanding of the soldiers who fought in the American Revolution.
Revolutionary War Weapons on Nova. Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Ride on the 2-Minute Drill ahead of the season 26 finale episode of Gridiron Glory. But Josh, there's still some action this week, and we've got to hand out some hardware as well.
Yeah, Evan, we've got 2 regional title games on the line, so let's start with those. Clock starts now.
Let's start with the 1-2 coverage area teams squaring off. With no Ironton in the playoffs, it opened up the opportunity for some new faces, and Nelsonville York took that opportunity and ran.
Yeah, and this is the first time these two have met since 2016, which, funny enough, was also in the playoffs. Wheelersburg Cruz versus Barnesville last week. NY took down a tough Columbus Academy team. The key for NY, keep it low scoring. This one will be a close one.
And let's go over to one we've all been waiting for, the rematch from last year in Region 15 as New Lexington seeks revenge against the defending state champs Indian Valley.
Evan, I've got one word for this game. Cinema. All right, New Lex defense versus Grady Kinsey, one of the best players in Ohio high school history. And you know New Lex is going to want a little revenge from last year's regional semifinals game.
Going to be 2 great games, and let's take a look at the player of the year. And let's start with Adam Guthrie.
Yeah, he's the only repeat guy on this list. He was here last year. This year, he's got 126 pancakes and no sacks allowed.
Now his teammate Julian Baker.
And what a historic year it was. He broke the school he broke the school rushing record and posted nearly 1,800 yards in just 9 regular season games.
And then another running back in the FAC, Carte Ligon.
Yeah, he's got the definition of video game numbers. 2,100 rushing yards and 25 touchdowns and breaking the school single game record with 420 yards.
And here's a guy with crazy numbers as well, but he does it on defense.
Yeah, Bryce McLaughlin, 164 tackles for Minford this year. That's 7th in the nation, according to Max Preps.
And finally, the only QB on our list.
Yeah, and that's Eric Manley Jr. He's got over 2,500 passing yards this season, and he tied the Ohio single-game passing touchdowns record with 10 in a game in Week 9 against South Gallia.
A lot of qualified players, but now let's look at the coach of the year.
Yeah, and let's start with Cam West out of Tri-Valley. 8-2, 3rd straight MVL big title. Head over to Rob Woodward. 10-0 for Wheelersburg, SOC2 title. Beat both rivals Jackson and Ironton. Kevin Board, 9-1 for New Lexington MVL small title and the top seed in Region 15. Eric Huck, TSL title, 9-1 and the top-ranked defense in their division. And finally, Rusty Richards, 10-0, TVC Ohio title, first undefeated since 2017. And that's it. Evan, the clock has stopped for the final time yet this season.
And there it is. That's the final 2-minute drill. And I want to go ahead and thank everyone for tuning into this year. We really appreciate it. And be sure to check out the Gridiron Glory finale at 11:30 this Friday night. It'll all be right here.
Still ahead, a local hero makes recycling super by raising awareness on social media. We'll be back after the break, but until then, here's a look at what's coming up on your public television station.
Ukrainian forces have now launched their much-talked-about counter-offensive.
Expected to be the biggest military operation in Europe since World War II.
This war is a nightmare none of us can wake up from.
Tuesday at 10 on WOUB.
Liberty, equality, and government by consent became building blocks for the Constitution.
I think it's possible for us to reinvigorate the sense of purpose that we have had by going back and understanding that origin story.
The American Revolution is a deeply patriotic story.
This conversation that we've been having tonight reminds us of the American political inheritance that we have.
Monday at 9 on WOUB.
WOUB is recognizing members of our Cornerstone Society. The Cornerstone Society is a group that wants to ensure the future of public media in our region. It includes people across our area who value news, entertainment, and cultural programming, as well as the educational services WOUB provides. Also included are graduates of Ohio University who took part in the WOUB Student Professional Development Program. Thanks to the Cornerstone Society for their generous support. To learn how you can be involved, email woub@woub.org.
The Southeast Ohio Recycling Terminal has a new and creative way to encourage recycling. Recycle Guy is the center's new super mascot on social media. He's teaching people how to properly dispose of their materials. This includes plastic, scrap metal, compost, and more. Isaac Miller, the brains behind the recycling superhero, says the project is designed to reach a wide audience.
Something that will be fun and entertaining, but also try to convey a recycling message. We haven't really done many videos like that yet, but they're coming, trust me.
The terminal sorts and manages materials to help make the area a more eco-friendly place. For more information on how to recycle materials safely and efficiently, you can visit their website and Facebook page. A vintage forgotten Superman comic set a record at auction today. Superman #1 from 1939 was sold for little over $9 million by Heritage Auctions. The auction house says the comic book was found last year by three brothers cleaning out the attic of their late mother's California home. Its condition drew a 9 on the 10-point comic grading scale. The comic's closing price makes it the most expensive comic book ever sold at an auction. Well, we're going to the holiday weekend, so can people kind of expect to see, some good temps, good weather? What are we looking at?
So for us in the Athens area, we will be a little bit cooler than we should be for Thanksgiving, a little bit below average. However, we will see a little bit of travel difficulties for anybody trying to head over on the East Coast. We will see a storm passing over on the East Coast. But as we look at our temperatures this week, we see temperatures quite warm across the board until we get to Thanksgiving next Thursday. However, tomorrow we do see some rain showers passing by about midday, and then those continue into the evening and continue and dissipate into Saturday morning, where we see our temperatures drop off a little bit, but by Sunday, things get sunny and warm as we head up into the upper 50s. Sunday will be a beautiful day. And the beginning of next week, we see some really seasonable, nice temperatures for late November as we see things in the upper 50s. And Tuesday, we possibly see things getting up into 60s. And our low temperatures across the board for next week, a little bit warmer than they should be until Wednesday and Thursday. But Tuesday, we see the potential for some more rain showers come through Tuesday evening, and those continue into Wednesday morning. And then we head into Thanksgiving Thursday. We see those temperatures drop off with some mostly cloudy skies Thursday.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Tyler Zyro, I'm Charlie Ehlenfeld. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Have a great night.